Next up is my man B. He says, do you think 2K has any plans to fix rec next year? This year was unplayable because no one wanted to play pro-am, so they all just went to rec. And that's messed up when you don't have a team of 5. I agree. I understand what you're saying. Um, as a person like me who does not have a full pro-am team, don't have a group of people that I run with like that. Um, when you it can be very frustrating, right? Because you show up and you want to just play, right? And then you got to play with the team or the guys that don't want to pass the ball and this that's going on and that. And I guess those are issues that you have even when rec works, right? It just it just is. But I feel like I don't know, man. I personally that solo approach to rec and pro am or that whole style of gaming is just really flawed because it's just the way people play, man. The chances that you're gonna get a team that's gonna play with you the right way when they don't know you is very limited. It's the same thing in park. I mean, you can sometimes get away with it a little bit and don't have to worry about it in park as much because it's not as many people on the floor. But it's just it's just tough, man. So I definitely, I mean, I want every part of the game to work better, man. Whether it's a part that I spend the most time playing or not, the people who play Rec and Pro Am consistently, man, I want them to have a good time. I want them to appreciate the game that they're playing. But I definitely know they have plans to fix Rec. I don't think they ever go into a cycle and say, well, we just not gonna fix that. That's just broken, and we're not even gonna try. I do think that there are times where they're like, that's broken. We're not gonna get a chance to fix that. It's just not gonna work out. I know we're not gonna get a chance to fix it. It's not enough time. And I think they could do better by being upfront and saying this particular mode has problems. Or even maybe even saying we're gonna include the mode, but here's the issues. And maybe you give people something to compensate for it. Maybe you give everybody 50,000 VC or something because this doesn't work at the very beginning. And then you also disclosed it that it didn't work. I think that would be something good to do if it wasn't in working order. And now maybe you try to fix it through the year or whatever, but what have you. But I don't think they ever go into anything and say this just isn't going to work. But I do believe, and I think I might have a question that comes to no, I don't. I don't know if I do it now. So I'm just going to say it now. I do believe this year is going to be more about maintenance with 2K. I don't think we're going to see as many new features as we usually do. Not saying we won't see any, but I don't think we're going to see as many of them as we usually see. I think this year is going to be a lot about just making sure stuff works as much as they can. And I really don't have a problem with that because I already believe that they have more features than pretty much every video game out there. Now it's time to make sure all that stuff works. It don't make no sense if you have the greatest franchise mode in the world, which is what my NBA is, but when player progression doesn't work right, when the game still crashes if you got too many creative players or different, all this different kind of stuff that I encountered last year, or when my NBA online is still a hot mess. This is the reason why a lot of people still take shots at this game, which is a great game overall, but they open themselves up for it with that kind of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, you're gonna have criticism no matter what. That's just how people are. But it's all about how much ammunition are you providing?